Alright, what's going on, guys? This is GSR here. So let's talk a little bit about Jax's run cancel, right? So, the first thing you need to do is that you need to go to practice options and you need to go to the energy meter and go to infinite. What this will do is that it will give your character infinite stamina to where it never runs out. And this is very important if you're trying to master a character's run cancels. Now, another thing that's important is that you need to understand which strings can be linked into the run cancel. I'm not going to go over this completely. You kind of get the concept of that, hopefully. And you need to really practice this, right? Now, because the buffers in this game is a bit iffy to where, like, if I do, like, his, what do you call this shit? Where is it at? LAW rocket or LAW rocket. If I do this too quickly for some weird reason, and I'm talking about do this and then immediately dash forwards and try to run, he'll go directly into his classic dash punch that he has access to, which that's not something that you actually did. So you need to mentally and physically learn how to do this and get comfortable with it. And what I mean is, like, you need to train your mind and your fingers to get used to doing this if you're going to main this particular variation. So let's continue on. Alright, guys, so I know for a fact that I don't have Jax here, right? So you guys are probably feeling a little perplexed trying to comprehend where I'm going with this video, right? The reason why I have these two here is because there are two different types of cancels, I believe, in this game. You have characters like Jax and Johnny Cage, where they have a certain delay that you have to do in order to cancel. And then you have characters like Scorpion and Liu Kang, to where these characters require you to cancel a lot quicker than these characters such as Johnny Cage and Jax, right? I personally believe that. Now, like I said, go to your practice options, put this on infinite, because if you have it on normal, this gets annoying, because then you have to wait for the stamina bar to recharge, and then this is a good way for you to practice consistently. Now, the first thing you want to do before you physically hit the opponent, or physically hit the opponent when they're blocking your physical strikes or special moves or whatever, you want to practice holding the button and then dashing forwards. What this is doing is that this is training your fingers and your mind to get, to getting used to this, right? And you want to do this on both sides, but for beginners, just start on this side and keep practicing on this side. And you want to keep doing this as long as possible until you get confident enough and used to doing this consistently. You can even backdash if you want to, because I'm not going to say sometimes, but rarely, in certain situations, you could backdash to manipulate the opponent and to believing you're going to go for pressure. You can actually take it upon yourself to, like, block and bait the opponent. Like, I'll probably talk about that in another video, explaining why that's useful to a certain degree in certain matchups and going against certain opponents. But just keep doing this until you get used to it, right? And when you go for a combo string, right, you want to figure out what combo string can link into this normal, or what normal can link into this normal, which will lead into a full combo. You understand what I'm saying? And like I said, there are characters in this game, such as Scorpion and Liu Kang, where they have quicker cancels, where it requires you to be a lot more quicker, right, than characters like Johnny Cage and Jax, because they have a certain delay with theirs, right? Now, if you end up mastering this, right, you will be able to do this a lot, right? And as you can clearly see, you can barely see the fireball. You understand what I'm saying? So, I think that this is very important for people to understand, right? Now, we're going to go to Johnny Cage real quick, right? So, Johnny Cage, his shit is delayed, right? Now, his 1-2 is quick. Like, you can cancel really quickly, right? For him, you have to go for his shadow kick for most of his normals. So keep that in mind. But Johnny Cage has a certain delay when he does certain shit, right? See how longer it took compared to Liu Kang's? So I'll do it again. You see what I mean? See how, like, it's a little bit longer compared to Liu Kang's? Now, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to go to, fucking, what's his name? Scorpion. And I'm going to go to his Hellfire variation. And we're going to pick Sub-Zero. So, you're going to notice the difference again with the run cancels, right? Now, like I said, when you get used to run canceling, right? Like, I mean, not run canceling, but when you get used to holding the button down and then dashing forwards, right? That's distracting me, those buttons. But you get used, because I personally think Scorpion has by far the easiest cancels you can do. Followed up by like Liu Kang. That's just my opinion. But as you can clearly see, right? Just keep doing this. See how quick Scorpion's cancel is? Like, it's mad quick compared to like Johnny Cage's or Jax's, right? Because they have a certain delay. So once you get used to this mentally and physically with like your fingers and obviously your brain, like, then try to run afterwards, right? You see what I mean? And then try to add normals, right? And then try to and then when you add normals, do not try to run cancel just yet. Just do this, and right, just dash forwards, right? And what this is doing is, I fucking hate the buffer so much in this game, but what this is doing, right, is that this is training your mind and your fingers to get used, you know, to getting used to this, right? And then all of a sudden, as you can clearly see, you can't even see Scorpion's his flame anymore, right? Now, if you're slow with it, then you'll end up seeing it. But you see what I mean? And then you go in for whatever fancy combo that you want. Now, you guys are probably confused why I have Sub-Zero here. It's because he can actually do it as well. And then you can go directly into like an instant JP, which stands for instant jump punch, basically. I don't know what combo I want to do, so I guess I'll just keep it short. So let's see here. And there you go, right? Because I don't want Jax getting shot like that, but you see what I mean? Like, it's personally, I think it's easy, but like, that's just me. See how like Raiden's shit is delayed? Now keep in mind, let me see if he has it in this one. Can he run cancel? No, he can't run cancel. I have to go right back to Thunder God. Damn it. See how like Raiden's is delayed? But you can link these together. See what I mean? And then you go into like, you know, and then do whatever your fucking heart desires, I guess. But you see like where I'm going with this just in general. Hopefully, right? Alright guys, so let's go back to Liu Kang, and then we'll just go with Liu Kang again, right? So I'm gonna go over this one last time, and hopefully you guys get it, right? So go to your practice options, put it on infinite, and you want to put the opponent on auto guard, because this is going to help you understand, you know, if you're canceling correctly or not, right? If you're being quick enough, right? So you guys already know that there's like two different versions of like canceling. There's characters that are a lot quicker at canceling, and then there are characters that have like a certain delay with it, right? Now, what you want to do is you want to go to that special move, and you want to hold it and then forward dash. Keep doing this for as long as it takes until you get used to this, right? Sometimes you will jab the opponent because you're trying to do it quickly, but you'll be able to do it quickly once you start running. But just keep doing this until you get used to it, right? And then do it on the other side until you get used to it, right? Once you get comfortable with that, then you want to start, you know, you want to start running, right? And it's okay, you'll start making errors like this, right? Where you're like, you're doing this, but the more you do it, the better you get at it. Then you want to go on the other side, and you want to keep doing the same shit, right? I fucking hate how that's happening, but you get the idea, right? Like, you want to do that on both sides once you get comfortable. Then you want to add a combo string to all of this, right? So what you want to do is you want to take it upon yourself to do this all the time, and then go on the other side and do that. And then once you get comfortable on that side doing it there, then you want to do it by running, right? right? And it doesn't matter if it's not linking. You're not trying to link shit together yet, right? That's not what you're doing. You're mentally training your brain and your fingers to get used to this, right? And that is essentially what you're doing, right? Then you want to do it on the other side. Once you do that, then you want to put the opponent on auto guard. Now you really want to put the opponent on auto guard, or actually put them on block. Actually, I'm gonna take some of this stuff back about the auto guard real quick. And you're gonna notice it's gonna feel a lot more stricter, right? Like it's gonna feel a little bit more strict, right? Because it's not as loose as it is when you're just doing it like this, or when you're physically hitting the opponent. You're gonna notice the difference, right? And just keep doing this, and like I told you before, once you get used to doing it on that side, do it on this side. Then start adding the running, right? And then this is where things get interesting, because now you're starting to learn it, right? Because on block, this is going to be important on block, because this gives you access to pressure, you know, mind games and shit. Like you can bait them and shit. Like you know, you think they're gonna go for an armored attempt, then you bait them, go for a punish or whatever, and you know, you get the idea with that particular situation right there, right? Now, this is where you want to put the opponent on auto guard once you get used to both sides after you complete that shit, right? And now you want to see if you can link into other normals, right? And if you're too slow, right, they'll block it like this. But if you're fast, they won't be able to do that, right? See how like you can barely see my fireball? You see what I mean? Like, and then just do that, right? And then before you know it, you'll be doing shit that I'm doing, right? You get the idea. Hopefully you guys are doing well out there. But like I said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.